why aren't we slowing down?
Yeah. The whole law enforcement breeds, for some reason, moving fast. But you look at it and you're like, why are we moving fast?
And I think that comes from like military training of, action, violence, moving forward.
Yeah.
But in the civilian policing world, we have priorities of life that are a little bit different. And we don't always need to. Is there times where, sure, that is still a good tactic? I think there are times for that.
Yeah.
But not every time is that the answer.
Yeah.
Right? Like one time, there's a guy on social media who's like a troll. I won't mention his name, but I had posted a drill where I was up close to the target with a carbine. And on the call threat, I went backwards 2 steps, stayed on my toes, engaging 2 or 3 rounds, and then breaking lateral, getting off, and then reassessing the target. Just showing the drill like, so response is close. I'm going to create space backwards initially. That's the only pro backwards has. And then I'm getting offline, moving, reassessing if I need more rounds or not more rounds. And he posted, never backwards. Always violence, force of action forward. Always drive down.
Yeah, that's just...
So I said, okay, but if I initially had that response backwards, I want to stand my toes so my balance isn't compromised and I fall backwards and my shooting platform's weird and I want to work breaking my hips moving. And 2, that might be a great tactic if it's just one guy, drive forward on him and drive down. But what if I have 2 suspects or 3 suspects? Now I'm going to drive down and give those guys the angle on me. Like maybe my best bet is I have cover 4 steps back and to the right. I want to start moving to that cover, right? So it's like, always and never in police work are the worst definitions ever.
They don't exist. And that is an ignorant statement of somebody who's probably never even been shot at or had stimulus come towards me or towards him, because the reality is if someone is shooting at you, your first reaction is more than likely going to be backward. I'm sorry, but that is reality.
He's in the SF community. Like the guy's been in an SF community, and he has like different pages that like aren't attached to him, but like that's what it was.
Yeah. Well, like you said too, like policing is different than military tactics. So they can be integrated
for sure,
but they're not one of the same. They're different. Right. So,
and like you got like, there's high level military guys that have police experience and they understand the differences. There's high level SF guys that realize that, hey, I don't know everything about the integration, and they're open to that. And I know one person like Doug, right? He was on the teams for 8 years, but he'll ask like Trav sometimes question or me sometimes questions on uses of force or like maybe a certain different tactic because of police. He's not going to say that he knows everything. He understands there's a difference of integration. He wants to learn that too because he teaches a lot of cops as well. Yeah. Right. And are they a great resource for us? Of course they're a great resource for us. You know how much I've learned from him just alone and like operating like a carbine and stuff. So like it all plays a factor, but we have to understand that how are we integrating things into training from the 2 different environments that we're training in.